All right, so we're on for the vibe of the week, beautiful souls. It has been a while. I can only do it when I can. I have been really swamped. I should probably change that. Words are significant. I had a lot on my plate. So, just so that you all know, I empower women to embody their authenticity and express their truth without struggle, using energetic techniques in the path to the power within. So the vibe of the week is very interesting, and I'm going to go through it really fast. I'm not taking any questions today, this morning. The first card is the Bone Road card, the Illusion card, number 15, which signifies new beginnings and change that are significant. Okay? This card, on this card, you see this little thing in the middle? You're like a fucking worm just crawling along this bone road. It's hard. It's difficult. You cannot find your way. Everywhere you turn, there is no issue or exit. Why? Because it is your thoughts, your shitty thoughts that are making you feel shitty. Yeah. The what ifs and maybes and oh God, I'm so scared and I don't know and what if this and what if that. Bottom line is, your thoughts have you in a bind, and this is what the Bone Road is. This is what the Illusion card is all about. It's a major arcana card, and this is where you have to take charge of your thoughts. That means you have to take charge of your life. That means you have to decide, okay, my thoughts are adding fuel to the fire. I cannot allow this to continue. Consequently, I need to change the way I am thinking, because it is not serving me. So this is where the card says you do have to examine the value of life. What is important to you? It's not those thoughts that are running around in your head, that what I call mental flatulence. No. It's the fact that you're not taking action, beautiful souls. Because it really doesn't matter what happens in your life, you know. It is all about the perspective you take on it. It is all about your belief, your thinking, your judgment on what is happening. What does it really mean? Because we humans tend to go negative immediately when something doesn't go right for us. And the bottom line is, when you step back and you ask instead of reacting and saying, oh God, why not say instead, how is this working for me? What is it trying to tell me? Because this is really for me. It's not against me. You have to stop exaggerating when things in your life happen. You have to stop panicking. You have to stop worrying and ask. No, in fact, and say, this is happening for me. So what do I need to learn or know about this particular situation? Since this is happening for me, it means perhaps that I am exaggerating what's really happening, or I am not accepting it exactly as it is. Because this is something we tend to do as well, especially us women. As soon as something happens, it's against us, that's one. And number two, we see it worse than it is. And that has to stop. You have to take a different perspective. You have to look at things differently for things to change. This is another major arcana card. And this is one that's saying, you got to take an unusual perspective. Oh gosh, I'm seeing my top over the TV in the background. Let me turn it this way. You got to rest in the fullness of life and enjoy what you have right now. You gotta hang loose, you gotta take a pause, you gotta chill, you gotta find a different way, a new way of seeing things differently. You gotta let your tongue hang out as well. So if there is a situation that's bugging the hell out of you, open your damn mouth and speak. Speak your truth. That is what embodying your authenticity is all about. When people see you coming, or when people are dealing with you, you portray what you are all about. That's what embodying your authenticity means. Being real. Speak it. The next card is another major arcana card, and this is the initiation card. And this initiation card, I have to remind you all, you have to go through the darkness. There is no choice. The darkness only seems scary because you don't know what's there, and or you don't want to face what's there. And guess what's there in the darkness? You. Nobody else but you. It's you and your fears and your doubts. That came from the people you grew up with, where you grew up with, how you grew up, and the things that you heard, the words that you were told, the feelings that you felt. That's where the trauma began, you know. Every negative thing in our life is related to trauma in our childhood. Let me repeat that for all of you. Every negative thing that you are living right now, I'm included, goes right back to the trauma you experienced in childhood. And the false beliefs that are fucking up your life right now. This is fact. Because you see, some people could say, well, I had a very good childhood, you know, that's in the minority, and I am not suffering from any trauma. That's a lie. Otherwise, things will be really smooth and easy. What little bumps, challenges for you to deal with and grow. But the problem is with trauma. And that's what this dark forest is all about. The card is the initiation card. Is that a child between 1 and 10 years old cannot understand and has no words for life and experiences. And because that child between 1 and 10 years old has little experience, even during abuse of any kind, all that child can do is just think, I'm not good enough, that's why they don't love me. I did that, that's why they don't love me. They are doing these bad things for me because I am not lovable. And all of these sorts of things. That is what children do. And those things we suppress a lot of the times. But they come up in our false beliefs growing up into adulthood. And that is what this dark forest, the initiation, is for. To bring you face to face with your fears and your doubts so that you can see them for what they are and know, I am not that child anymore. I am not that child anymore. I am in charge, etc., etc. This card says, initiation, the end of a cycle. This sometimes shows itself as a period of illness or darkness that leads to light and healing. It's all about transformation. It hurts. It's true. I can tell it to you for a fact. The healing takes place in layers. But once you go through a significant one, I guarantee you, beautiful souls, that you are going to be so changed. You're going to be so changed. It's really, really, you're gonna be grateful that you went through it. Truly, I've done enough initiations to know this is correct. Because you see, once you go through that, You become the empress in your life, a motherly figure of motherly love, nurturing, life-giving abundance, empathic, creative, prosperous. But this card, which is another major arcana card I just realized, is telling you that this is time for self-care. See, I want to make sure that you see it clearly. Let's hold it to the light. Because what I really want you to see, what I really want you to see is the paintbrush and that plain wall in the background. The paintbrush is saying that it is time to paint a new picture. It's time to close the old chapter. It is time to create boundaries in your life so that you will feel comfortable in your skin, in your life, and in your body. This is what it is all about. All right? So the Empress is insistent on creating boundaries. Hello, Michaela. The Empress is saying it's time for self-care. The Empress is saying, you gotta take charge. You gotta take charge. All right? This is the time. This is the moment. Because you have work to do. And the work you do is as the teacher. Everyone has something unique and special to teach. I'm fine, Michaela. And it is time that you take your place. Each and every individual on this planet is here to teach something in their own unique way. That red means ground yourself, and there are many ways of grounding yourself, whether you walk bare feet, particularly in the grass. I don't even care if it's snowing. Put on socks. I don't care if there's snow on the ground. Wear socks. You can rub your bare feet on the floor. You can do deep breathing into your belly 20 times. You can hug a tree. You can walk in the woods. You can dance. You can meditate. And here's another beautiful one to ground yourself. And this is from Thought Field Therapy. And I learned it from the amazing Rudy Hunter. And this way to ground is you pick a drop of gold at the top of your head on the inside, in your skull. You look at this drop of gold, and then it drops right down and it hits your pelvic floor. You will feel it like a thump. When it hits your pelvic floor, it splashes, the gold splashes on both sides and runs down the inside of your legs, right down to your feet and under the soles of your feet. When they reach your toes, you curl in your toes and it spreads to the back of your heel. And that's it. It doesn't work any other way, just in case any of you are trying to think that you move it from your feet upwards. No. The gold color, Rudy says, does other things to your nervous system to calm it. So this is a beautiful, beautiful grounding system that I have been using for a long time. It's really gorgeous. So the fire shaman, the red color says you ground, which is why I shared that grounding technique. The fire shaman is a brave, respected leader who is also an inspired entrepreneur. He uses resources wisely. He is an enthusiastic and competent teacher. So you need to think seriously on this, beautiful souls. The next card in the deck, because when you get to a certain point, it sort of opens you up to more once you go through those stages. And that more is a lust for life, passion, your natural passion. Because you are enthusiastic about what you're passionate about. Embrace change. Travel may be on the horizon. A new job. Let me stop showing my top on the TV. A new job may be on the horizon. Be confident and take charge. And I'm saying all that before I show you the card, which is another fire card, fire horse. And in this particular case, This horse is farting fire. It's farting rainbows. And this, see where my finger is here? Those are the horses. That's the beginning of the horse's tail. And it is moving so fast that its tail is spreading like wings in the air. It's absolutely beautiful. Take off. Don't stop for anybody. You are on your path. You are full of your passion, this lust for life that is driving you, and you want to get that thing, that pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. Anybody who gets in your way, you gotta tell them, move or I'll run you over. That's it. They see you coming, that's it. Get out of the way. I am getting that pot of gold. I have a plan to get it, and I am going to have it. This is what I want, and nothing will stand in my way. That is what Firehorse is telling you. So fire it up! The next, because what is coming to you are beautiful, brand new shores. It's 10 of wind. Wind is all about thinking, thoughts. You are now in charge of your thoughts. 10 is the number for new beginnings. And when you turn the card on the side, you will see the shoreline that's bringing in sparkling brand new shores to cover over all of the difficulties that you've been experiencing the past year, the past 2 years, the past 3 years. Change is big. Change is on the horizon. Let no one tell you differently. The golden shores of new light begin to awaken your thoughts. The nightmare is over. The pain and suffering are transitioning into hope. And this is what these brand new shores, well, because of the color screen, it's not showing the beautiful pinks and purples and sparkle. But these are the brand new shores that are rolling in to cover the darkness that you experienced for so long. The pain that you didn't share with anybody. The hopes that you didn't share with anybody. But let me tell you all something about hope. Hope, that word hope is a waste of time. You need to use faith instead. And what faith means, which is much more powerful, is you know what you know without knowing how you know it, and you know it is going to happen. That's what faith is. Hope is too blah a word for me. Because the next card in the deck, I just realized the majority of the cards were major arcana cards. Very significant message. Because this dreamer card, another major arcana card, is telling you that big change is on the horizon for you. For those of you who know the Rider-Waite deck, this is equivalent to the Fool's card. It is time to take a new step. It is time to step out of your comfort zone, beautiful souls. It is time to take that leap. It doesn't matter where you land. You must have faith that everything is going to turn out right for you. You must have faith that you are on the right track, that you are on the right path, because you are. This is where faith comes in. You got to trust that this is so. And I am telling you that this is so. I've been through this often enough. You don't know what's around the corner. But that is irrelevant. This dreamer card is about new beginnings, free spirit, innocence, full potential. That's why you have to take that leap. That's why you have to get uncomfortable, Michaela. It's all about charm and wonderment and following your heart. The heart knows always. It's just that we like to let our thinking mind lead us astray. I remind you all that the mind is a liar. And I will go so far as to say that the mind is a stinking, filthy, dirty liar. Every time you want to do something and you feel the doubts and you start thinking of what happened before, that is your mind taking over. You have to tell it, shut up. Thank you, I got this, and go with the first thought that occurred to you or the first action. That was your intuition. Anything else that came after was your mind and your logical thoughts trying to keep you safe. There is no such thing as safe. For someone who was almost murdered twice, let me tell you all this for a fact. I faced down those two niggers and I won. There is no such thing as safe. You have to take the leap. And it's a leap of faith. Because this, another major arcana card, is where you are going to or what awaits you. This is the sun, this is the star card. And I want to read it directly from the book and then I'll add some other stuff afterwards. So the star card, this star card is an optimistic card. The star bursts open and brings glory, hope, and light. Discover freedom, beauty, clarity, and energy as it dances like the sunlight through branches and through waves beating against the shore. Experience the optimism of birdsong. This is about self-healing. A bright future is on the horizon. Chance favors the prepared mind. You are a star. And what is chance? Some people say, sometimes we call chance luck. But listen to me carefully, very carefully. Chance or luck, as it says, it favors a prepared mind. Chance is preparation that meets opportunity. So when you make your plans and you are clear on what you want, you have situated yourself, aligned, linked always to the divine, never doubt that. And that is when opportunity drops into your lap and you grab it. You don't know, you don't always know where it's going to take you. It may not seem to be exactly what you want, but it is, because it's going to lead you to where you need to go on the next step. All right, beautiful souls. And on this note, namaste, ciao. That was the vibe of the week. Remember, if you have facing a problem, a challenge, and you need help, I have a 30 Days to Thrive program. It is really phenomenal. Results guaranteed. And as I always say, how do you know? Because women worry about all sorts of things. How do you know what challenge you want to deal with? It's that thing that is always on your mind. It's always on your mind when you go to bed, when you wake up. Sometimes you may wake at 3 in the morning or 4 in the morning. You can't go back to sleep because this shit is turning. I'm turning my head like this to avoid the glare. That's the challenge. Join us. Namaste. Ciao.